in this video, if you ever had ambitions of being a football coach, I'm going to give you 4 skills you're going to need here to become a football coach that you wish, whether it be youth, middle school, high school, doesn't matter. I'm going to show you 4 skills that I truly believe that you need to be a great football coach. Stay tuned. You want to be a football coach and you have no idea how, don't even know where to begin. In this video, I'm going to share with you my experiences, my personal beliefs on what it takes to become a great football coach, and the 4 main skills that I believe you need to develop to become that great football coach. As well as I'm going to share with you additional skills that you need to polish to take your coaching career that much further. I'm going to share with you my 17-year career in coaching football, from all the way from my son in youth league to middle school football to now high school football. What it takes to get to that level in which way you want it to be to succeed. And I'm going to share with you all those skills and how you need to develop them to become that great football coach, or to reach those heights which you want to strive for. So we're going to cover all that in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you do enjoy it, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. Helps the channel grow, helps the channel get noticed, get seen, and also get out to other coaches who may just need this help and may need to see this video. All right, so like I said, coaching needs skills. You need to develop skills. So like I said, 4 major skills that I truly believe you need is communication, passion, leadership, and organization. Not in that particular order, but those are the 4 main skills that you're going to need. And again, we're going to talk about each one in more detail here in just a minute. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you additional skills that I think you truly need to develop as well to take your coaching, again, to that next level if you want to be that successful coach and go to heights that you never thought possible, whether it's high school, college, or beyond. So stay tuned. Again, like I said, we're going to break down each one of these right now. First major skill we're going to talk about is communication. All right, you need to have communication first and foremost with your players, and then your parents, also your administration, and then your coaching staff. All right, your players need to know what's going on. They need to know what's going on. They need to know schedules. They need to know what your expectations are. They need to know all these things. So you have to be constantly communicating with them, whether you are communicating with them practice, at school, if you have a group chat, whatever it might be, you need to be communicating with them constantly. Your parents as well, they need to know what's going on. They need to know what to expect. So you need to be communicating with them on and off the field to make sure that they know where their son has to be, what time they need to be there, everything and all the things under the sun. The parents need to know. They need to be communicating the expectations. What is expected of their son? What time they need to be there? What time they need to be picked up? All these things need to be included. The administration. Again, the administration is going to have your back, but you need to communicate with them as far as what expectations you have for the program. Where's it going? Where do you see it going? What are the goals that they have? What do you need from the administration? And then lastly, the coaching staff. If you're the head coach, you need to delegate all these responsibilities out to your coaching staff. Each coaching staff should have position groups, should have responsibilities within those groups. They should all have weekly and daily responsibilities that they need to follow, and you need to communicate that to them. You need to tell them that. You need to let them know, this is what I expect of you. I need you to do X, Y, and Z on these particular days. So you need to communicate all that to them. So I talked about parents and players, expectations, goals, schedules. That all needs to be broken down for them. All right, and it needs to be broken down in great detail. You need to have those schedules out for them. You need to know what the goals are, what the team goals are, what individual goals should be, expectations of the team, expectations regarding playing time, especially when it comes to the parents. The administration, expectations for the program, like I said, goals, materials and equipment, and what's the status of that materials and equipment. So you got to make sure that you have an inventory of all that stuff and get it to the administration. So if you need new equipment, they can order it for you. Coaching staff, like I said, responsibilities. Are they being carried out? Team meetings. Do they have position meetings? Are you going to carry out these team meetings? If you have an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, are they going to carry out the offensive and defensive team meetings? All these things need to be communicated. And I'm sure I'm missing some things, but these are the main things that I can think of that you need to be covered when it comes to communication. So next thing, we're going to get into the next step here in just a minute. I had to have a skill that was near and dear to my heart, or that I found was the most important skill to have when it came to coaching. It was passion. All right. Passion is such a broad term when it comes to football. My beliefs is you obviously are having passion for the game, but mainly and most importantly, you are having passion for your players as individuals, because you are showing care for them as individuals. You are showing that they care, or that you care for them, not just as football players, not just trying to get them what to do, what you want them to do on the field, but off the field. You care for them as human beings, and you would go to bat for them if they needed you, if they needed the help. That's what I'm talking about with passion, because not only is football a game, but you are also building relationships, and these relationships carry on for a lifetime. So you are building healthy relationships, and you have to show these kids that you care for them, that you care for not just as football players, but as kids, as individuals, as human beings. And they need to trust you, because if they don't trust you, you will not get what you expect out of them on the practice field, and especially on Friday nights or whenever it is you have your game nights. Because you are molding them into more than just great football players. You are molding them into great men and teaching them how to be great young men later on down the field, or down the line in life. Right? Because football, beneath all the X's and O's and all the drills, there are a lot of life lessons, a lot of life skills, and you have to show that through your passion for them, but also showing that passion for the game. You need to develop that trust in your players, like I said, proving that you care for them and are there for them on and off that field. And then mainly passion for the game, developing that drive to get better at all aspects of the game. All right, you are striving to get better every single day. You're striving to get better and make yourself better, because that's going to unlock the potential of your team, unlock the potential of your coaches. Like I say in my tagline, it's going to unlock the potential. That passion seeps into the program and helps create a great culture and foundation. You have that passion seeps into your culture, seeps into the foundation of your program, and you will see that program grow and grow and grow and be more successful once that culture is laid out, once that foundation is put in and that passion is shown. Because players, coaches, even the community will feed off that passion, and you will see how far it takes you. You will see how far parents go to war for you if they know you got their son's back. All right. How much the kids will break their backs for you in practice and in the games, because they know that you're fighting for them. All right. That all develops into this one word, passion. And that's why it's a major, major, major skill that you need to have to be a good football coach. Third skill, not in any particular order. This is the one that I struggle with the most, but it still is a necessity when it comes to being a great football coach, and that's organization. All right. You need to be organized. You need to have things in a row. You know where to be able to find things. You need to have answers to questions that are going to come up off season, in season, because of where things are, when things are. You need to be organized so that you can answer those questions, so that chaos does not ensue. All right. So you need to have organization over your off-season workouts. When the season is over, all right, when do those workouts begin? When are the kids getting into the weight room? How long are they lifting? What are they lifting? Okay. Making sure none of them get hurt, making sure none of them do too well, making sure that they keep a log on what the workouts they've done, how much weight they're lifting, so that we can keep track of their progress. Spring practice schedules. All right. You're like me, you get spring practice. So how do you make the most of those spring practices? What do you do in those spring practices? All that has to be organized into practice schedules. Then in going into summer workouts, you get the summer practice, you get the 7-on-7s if you're in high school. All right. Do you want to schedule as many of them? And who do you schedule against? And when do you schedule them? And then when do you fit those into with your workouts? So all of that has to be thought out. And practice scheduling in the season. All right. That's important. That's important, because you have to figure out, okay, when we start game planning for our next opponent, how is our in-season practice going to look, as opposed to our beginning of our season when we're just starting the install, we're getting our full team in there because not everyone showed up for summer. How are we going to organize all that? Making sure you have all your equipment necessary, whether it's jerseys, practice jerseys, whether it's equipment for practice. All that stuff needs to be taken care of. All that stuff needs to be thought about. Community events. Are you going to have any community events? You should, especially if you're a varsity head coach. You need to be in that community. You need to be shown. You need to develop that community's trust. So how do you do that? You sponsor or you put on community events, whether that's community service, whether that's kind of dinners for parents, whatever it might be. You need to be involved in the community. Coaches meetings and team meetings. You need to organize all these meetings. When they're going to have the meetings. Are you going to have break it down to position meetings? Are you going to have Sunday meetings? Whatever it might be. When are these meetings? How long are they going to be? Who's running the meetings? Who's going to be at the meetings? Are you going to have player meetings as well? These are all things that need to be thought about. Scheduling, travel scheduling, as far as when the buses leave for road games, when are we going for 7-on-7s? All these things need to be thought about and laid out, and especially communicated back to your administration as far as what you need and when you need it. Letting the coaching staff have responsibility. They need to have responsibility. Don't put it all on yourself. All right. I know as a head coach, I fell into this crush too, where I felt like I had to do everything myself because I couldn't trust the other guys to get it right the way I wanted it done. And I'm here to tell you that's the wrong attitude to have. Trust your coaches. Show them what you want. Tell them what you want. But not only that, show them what you want and give the expectations to them. Tell them, I want you to do this. Show them how to do it. And I expect this, and this. And then if they don't do it the way you want it, then explain to them. Don't get all into them, and especially in front of the players. Tell them, show them, and then later on, behind closed doors, if you need to, correct them then, as far as showing them what they did wrong and how they need to fix it. And then lastly, especially with organization, you need to be consistent. All right. The minute you are inconsistent, the minute something goes wrong, or the minute you don't have something, all of a sudden, like I said earlier, that chaos ensues, and then things kind of start falling off the wheels. So make sure you are consistent with organization. This is the one that I struggle with the most, I'm not going to lie. But it is a huge, huge skill that you need to develop and need to have if you want to be a successful coach. And no matter what level, it doesn't matter what level it is, you need to have organizational skills. Coaches, I hope you're enjoying the video. Take time out right now. If you're liking this content, make sure you subscribe down below. Also, if you like this video, give it a like. It's going to help the video get seen. So again, please subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow, helps the channel get seen. When we're talking about leadership, we are talking about your expectations, your goals. What are your expectations? You need to show your team what your expectations are. Do you have team goals? Do you have individual goals they should be reaching and striving for? All right, you need to provide this information to your team at day one. The first meeting that you have, you need to give them a list of goals. Things that they can strive for, things that they can accomplish, things that they can reach for. All right, that is going to show your leadership right off the bat. Your plans for success. What do you plan to do? What is your goal? Is your goal to win the conference? Is your goal to win the first game of the year? Is your goal to win the rivalry game? Is your goal to go to the playoffs? List these goals. Give them something to go for. Give your coaches something to strive for. Every aspect of the program, from practices to team meals, everything has to be broken down. You need to show all that leadership, even when it comes to practice. You are leading practice. How is practice right? It needs to be consistent every single day. It needs to be shown. You need to show that you're the leader, and you need to invoke and get the leaders coming out into your football team. All right. It's one thing to have athletic talent, but it's another thing to have leaders. Leaders are going to drive the team that much further in success throughout the year. You need to develop those leaders in the team, and they need to develop a voice. And that even comes from team meals. Everything is done with a purpose. Everything is done with a purpose. Again, I cannot explain enough how important expectations and goals are. Team building, bringing the team together, building that trust. Okay. Do activities, especially in the summer, especially in the spring, where you are getting these kids together and they are around each other every single day, because that's going to build that brotherhood. That's going to build that trust. And that trust is going to take them that much further. They're going to be willing to lay down and hurt for their brother next to them to make sure that on Friday nights they win. So it's going to make that much more of a difference in the fall, what you do in the spring, what you do at the start. All right. It's all about trust. And in that leadership, can they trust their leader? You are their leader. Can they trust you? You have to show that trust. You have to earn that trust, and you have to keep that trust. And then on top of that, in my opinion, you need a family atmosphere. That's going to help build that trust. It's going to help build that culture. All right. Feeling like they belong. All right. That is going to exude a confidence in your team that you wouldn't normally see in just a regular old football team. You have to develop that family atmosphere. Make them feel like they belong. Make them feel wanted. All right, so I said I was going to give you a little bit of additional information to go ahead and develop or work on if you want to get into football coaching. And one thing I think is important is, and I'm not going to go any particular order here, is you need to have attention to detail. When you are focused on your practices, every single detail needs to be laid out. Okay, so you need to be very, very keen on the finer details of everything about a program and what it takes to run a program. If you want to get into coaching for sure, and you have no idea how, first thing you can do is volunteer. Volunteer at your local middle school, high school, whatever it may be. Ask the head coach, hey, what do you need me to do? And go above and beyond what you need to do, and go 2 steps forward what he asks you to do, and volunteer and see where that gets you. It may be 1 year, it may be 2 years. You know, you build a name for yourself, and who knows what could happen. You could get into coaching, coach trusts you, and from there you can move into higher ranks of the coaching room. Also, networking. All right, meet other coaches. It is clinic season now. So find the nearest clinic, go to them, meet coaches. There's a ton of coaches at these clinics that are just open to sharing ideas. Just talk to them, and you might develop connections that might get you in the door as far as coaching that way too. Those are the 4 skills that I think you need if you want to get into football coaching. Those are the 4 main skills that I think you need. I hope the video helped. Also, I gave that additional information. If you are starting fresh, never been into coaching before, I hope this video helped. Use this information that I gave you to try and get your foot in the door. Again, football coaching is a tough gig, and getting into it is that much harder. So if you're dedicated enough and you want to work hard enough, you can reach that potential. So again, this video, I hope it helped. And if you work hard enough, you can go and get yourself one of these. Also, thanks for watching the video. Again, if you like this content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, strive to get better and unlock your potential.